How's it going, Sean?
It's going well. It's summer quarter, so sales are a little bit down. Didn't really realize how much of an impact there was for the
Mm-hmm.
college students, but now we know.
Yeah. Are you doing anything new and exciting to try and get out to the larger community now that you're realizing that?
It's actually, it's always been our intent
Okay.
to have a broader reach. Um, we kind of knew that. That was like our hypothesis. Like the students are going to be our main base
Mm-hmm.
of folks that come into the cafe, and the reason why we did some of those kind of artistic events, community outreach, was so that we can bring more folks into the cafe.
Gotcha. And have you worked with, sorry, this just came to my mind. Have you heard of or worked with the Everett Music Initiative?
EMI, yeah, I
Okay.
know Ryan Crowther.
Okay.
Um, I haven't said hi in a while, but we've definitely met up actually in this room.
Nice.
And Tyler was also here. Do you know
Tyler
Tyler?
Chisholm?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Good people to know.
Yep.
Because I was thinking too, again, my brain, not my money to spend. So take with it what you will. They're doing their concerts on the marina or whatever they do soon. So it'd be cool if you could get your name out there
And in
to
fact, it is.
sponsors.
It's a they had definitely have their incentive to put the concerts out in the marina.
Yeah. But I'm saying, what if you would have a sponsor, do like a middle mini like coffee stand there or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm more thinking, right? Especially taking your croffle stand, if you can have like a mobile version for something like that,
Yeah.
because it ties in so well. Like, hey, we're music initiative. You whatever being part of the initiative looks like. It's like part of the initiative. We have a great space for jazz and
Mm-hmm.
smaller groups like that, as well as check out our amazing food because these croffles are amazing. You can't get these anywhere else in Everett.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, how do you get a chance to show it off? I know the marina is absolutely packed. The ube flavor, I feel like would go crazy in the hot weather down there on the marina.
Yeah.
So it's like, again, I'm a big ideas guy. I understand limitations, restrictions, all the paperwork that comes with trying to do that.
Yep.
And I think just so my experience too, doing the watch parties, right?
Mm-hmm.
Similar kind of event, maybe slightly, I don't know, attendance wise compared to the watch parties for versus concerts at the marina.
Mm-hmm.
The number of people that are like, oh, I had no idea, I love this. Like one day we were pushing our website, we could see the massive bump that came from us doing that and just being there, right? Like it's pretty visible pretty quick if you have the right action steps and the right things for them to follow, as well as if you can make some money doing it by
Yeah.
selling your food,
Yeah.
some drinks. Yeah.
Yeah. Our first foray into booths were actually at Everett Pride
Oh, nice.
a week ago.
Yeah. Yeah. How'd that
And
go?
no, it went well.
That's good.
We weren't selling food. We were just we
There
were
to promote
there
it.
to we were actually partnering with the group that meets here,
Oh, nice.
the Snoco LGBTQI plus group.
Awesome.
And no, it was a great time. Like got to meet a lot of new people and dished out some free cold brews. So I kind
Nice.
of have a taste of
What?
what the setup might look like.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Of course, it's gonna be different when you're selling stuff.
Right. And I mean, maybe you do have a good, and maybe food's not the way to go, right? Because I know there's a lot that comes with it, like getting the
Yeah.
food permit, all the
Mhm.
things that need to happen for that. So
Mhm.
I also understand. But if you do find that formula that works for you for doing the booths, I think there's cool ways for you to be able to be out there, let people know about it, and then, like you said, handing out free cold brew. People will remember you. What's that thing that people when they see you or they're at an event, they're like, oh, you have to go check out Butternote's table because they have free cold brew. They have whatever's happening
Right.
that it just makes it that everyone tells their friends to be like, you got to go check this out.
Yeah. Yeah. I think getting people to the door has been an interesting challenge. We are also working with a lot of influencers now, so that's why you might be seeing a bunch of TikTok. Are you on TikTok by any chance?
No.
You're not on TikTok.
No,
Yeah, we get a lot of people that are like, "Oh, we saw you guys on TikTok," and
that's cool.
yeah.
I'm so curious about the influencer thing. Like, are you having to pay a lot for that, or you're just getting people to partnerships?
We're doing partnerships for the most part
Okay.
because they are incentivized to create content for their user base.
Yeah.
We haven't dished out hard cash just yet. one of the first people that I worked with, Tiffany was her name, is her name. She really wants to help small businesses. So there's a altruistic element to this as well.
Gotcha.
But now I kind of have a taste of what it might do for the business. I just kind of invite folks on a seasonal basis.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we have our new bingsu. Come try it out, and we'll definitely comp their drinks and food.
Yeah.
And it can be quite expensive too because like we're trying to those bingsus and croffles add up a little bit.
Oh, I think I can believe it. No, because it'd be good from like the Snohomish Podcast Network side. We're trying to do how do we get our name out in the community more? How do we get more people to know us and listen to our podcast? So
Yeah,
I'd love to chat too about your experience and if you can help make any of those connections with some of those influencers to see how we can work with.
I've been desperately trying to build out a influencer group at the cafe.
Nice.
So like maybe once every 2 weeks, once a month, they can all meet up, share their stories and share their workflows. Because it is hard to just kind of do this by yourself. And it's nice to have friends to do this journey with you.
You should let me know the next time because I think the network influencer side, because we have some people in our network, in the podcast network, that's borderline influence side, maybe don't have podcasts at the moment.
Yeah.
That it would just be interesting to connect, right? Because in some ways we need to have influencers and helping our podcasters and people understand what it takes to get those views and right. Like we're trying to do very similar things, just maybe slightly different platforms.
Yeah.
Or we're trying to use the social platforms to get views and listens and do that conversion.
Right.
So I feel like there would also be a lot of cool ways we could just learn how to help each other. Yeah, we're at the network. We're also doing a big push and starting to do more of a bigger strategy session around our marketing and PR and messaging and get that more solidified so that we can create better content for our podcasts to help them with sharing on socials and just help with that marketing aspect as well. So we're trying to figure all that out too. And then we can have better messages to go talk with influencers and put a lot of that stuff together. So always something.
Yeah, I wonder how you would tie kind of create the creator network to the podcast, because podcasts you need to have a very specific message, like a specific intent and a story that you want to tell.
Yep.
Like those kind of need to be formulated before you engage with, a network. Do you think that's true or no?
From like a social network or a podcast network?
A little bit of both, I would say.
Yeah, well, and a lot of people, I feel like some of the best stuff that I've done is help educate people and produce people's podcasts because then they realize like, oh, what I thought would be very boring, right? Like I come in and I talk to them exactly to your point of like, I do it more in terms of the audience, like very like old school marketing approach of like, okay, who are you talking to? What are they getting out of this?
Yeah.
What do you want them to do?
Right.
So like that's where, yes, I agree. You need to do that. I hope, and as part of the network, we kind of help people realize that and figure some of that out. So I don't think you need to have all that figured out to go there. But in terms of building your audience, getting that larger audience, just telling people, hey, this is who my audience is and stuff.
Yeah.
To talk to influencers and potential sponsors and stuff, 100%. Right. We need to have that more battened down. But again, that's part of what we're trying to do with the network is give those resources, those standards, those templates for these podcasts to help fill that out. And then they have a standard way to go and talk and promote it. And then,
Can you walk me through what the flow would be for kind of you engaging and working with a creator? So one kind of example I envisage is like you would do a session and then you can kind of walk through the video and see, oh, here's some ways in which you can say that. Is that I just have no idea.
Yeah, so you're talking like if I have someone new coming in wanting to create a podcast, how the process works?
Yeah, how would it work?
Yeah, so I have a packet that I give everyone that I kind of walk them through to a lot of what we talked about already of like who's your audience, what do you want to get out of them.
Yep.
and I just help them develop that. And then it's usually help them realize that. And then I'm like, all right, we're just going to sit down and record what you think needs to be done. I'll kind of help them and walk them through structure. And that's why I like to be in the room with folks, because then I can be like, oh, we're doing this. I'm like, all right, first introduce yourself. Who are you? What do we go through?
Right.
And then a lot of the first ones, I'm like, this will never reach air. No one will ever hear this. This is just for us to go through it.
Yeah.
And then I can ask them kind of questions. I can help coax them and kind of like walk them through it. And then I go and do my magic and create something. They're like, oh, I get this now, right? Like sometimes it's, you have to show people what it can and what it will sound like, rather than trying to explain it. So that's what I end up doing with a lot of folks is like, we'll go down, record. I'll ask them questions of like, okay, who are you? Why should people listen to this? Why is this important to you? Start building that personal connection, right? And just, if you're doing it, I feel like a lot of people are like, I have this idea in my head and it's like so obvious. And I feel like I'm just like being very overt and like very direct about stating this stuff. And I'm like, but you kind of have to, like, people can't read your brain. They can't, we're not all psychics.
Yeah.
So it's like, you need to have that intent to be like, hey, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to talk about. This is why you should follow if you're part of this, like really spelling a lot of that out. It makes like, oh, okay, that's cool. I love that you're being that honest. I love that, as well as creating that personal relationship, right? Because it, just like influencers with podcasters, I mean, half of them are influencers.
Yep.
You create that kind of one-way relationship where people really get to know who you are.
Right.
So it's important to establish that and get people to believe and connect with you as a human too.
Yeah. I feel like in my mind, everyone has their story, and if they want to throw it out there into the world, then that's kind of the point at which you would talk to a podcast network. Is there anything that you would like to change that's a part of that paradigm? Do you want to tweak that a little bit, or do you want to have it remain the same?
No, I think the biggest paradigm that I want to change is be like, I want people to come to me when they're like, I have a message I want to get out, not just whatever. Because a lot of people are like, I'm really good at talking to folks. And I'm like, we're way oversaturated with just these conversational podcasts.
Right.
In some sense, right? Especially when you're trying to start small. And that's the other thing I think is really important. A lot of people don't think about is like, what's the intent of this? If you're just like, I want to record this so my future kids can hear it, awesome. Just sit down and talk to people and have it out there, and maybe some other people find it interesting. If you're like, I really want to grow this, I want to get a lot of followers, I want to make money off of it, we need to talk. Like, that takes such a different approach, such a different mindset of how you're doing it. So I think that's the first thing to figure out of what do you want out of it? Because then that changes my answer to your question of like, cool, I have a story to tell. I want to share it with the world. Okay, well, if you want it to be out there, how is it going to be unique? How is it going to be different? How are you actually telling a story and not just having a conversation? I think that's something that doesn't always translate. And if you try and do it yourself without having a producer or someone that's more of that storytelling background and experience, it can be tricky.
Yeah.
Especially when you're in these conversations, right? You're not thinking, oh, I need to make sure I have a conclusion, I have an end, I have all of these parts to it.
I see. And what do you wish people would come away with working with you? Is there anything that's become a pattern when it comes to you interacting with people that might want to join your platform?
Yeah, I think a lot of people, oh man, I need to get some testimonials and reviews from other folks that are part of it. I think like if you're talking from the network itself, I think the biggest takeaway is like, I'm not alone. There's a lot of ways to do this, and there's a lot of really cool people doing it. So I think that's one of the biggest takeaways when it comes from like actually working on the podcast. I think it's the value of actually having a producer and someone that knows what they're doing. Because there's so many people that go into it and they started ones, and then I've helped it and elevated, and they're like, yeah, this podcast would be nowhere where it is if it wasn't for you. So it's like the elevation, and I think just the change in mindset is honestly the biggest thing of just how you look at things, how you think about storytelling, how you think about your approach to it, right? It just, that's one of the biggest things. And honestly, that makes me happy. I don't need to be the one that does all of the hard work or all of the editing and producing. If I can help educate you, help you understand what's going there, that makes me excited and happy too. Because it's like, we're all getting smarter, we're all getting better, we're all going to create content and know how to create the things that we want.
Right. I see.
Yeah.
And as for like training people
Yeah.
on storytelling, do you do a part of that as well within the network?
Yeah, we do a lot of, we've started doing some. I need to
Yeah.
get more strategy and schedule together for the next year because we're just about to hit the 1 year. But
Okay.
we've had Casey Bryant, who's the radio voice of the Silvertips.
Mm-hmm.
He came in and talked about his prep for when he does podcast interviews, when he does all of his stuff, right? So someone that's doing this literally on the daily, his thing is broadcast journalism. He, talking about his prep, why he does, how he makes these interesting stories, what he's thinking about to get those really cool sound bites.
Right.
And he's talked to some really cool people, and he's gotten amazing things where they're like, no one's ever asked me that.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's the stuff where you, again, if you want something that's going to grow, people really want to listen to, that's the kind of questions and things you need to be thinking about. So yes, Casey was a great example, but we do have that. And I want to get more people into about storytelling, different ways of storytelling. Like there's so many components to it, right? Even video versus audio only,
Right.
audio forward, right? Like there's so many ways to tell your stories.
Yeah.
I'm choosing podcasts, and even within podcasts, there's like 5 different ways because it's like I can tell a story by having these conversations.
Mm-hmm.
We could do it like we're talking about a true crime drama.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I
That's
really
a whole different format.
whole different format, but there's a lot of cool ways you can tell a story. And I've told a lot of people this. I want to talk to like these companies and like service industries.
Yeah.
Do your podcast like it's a true crime talking about the work that you do.
Mm.
Because imagine a cafe, if you framed like a day in the cafe, like
Yeah.
I came in at 7 a.m. The door was already open, right? Like think about how engaging and different that would be. It would just catch people's attention because you're like, oh my God, it's suddenly so exciting to work in a cafe.
That's kind of veering into cinematography, I feel.
Yes. And there's the audio version of it, right? Like there's the audio storytelling, almost like old school radio programs.
Right.
Right? Like we've lost that art form, I think. And even the video podcasts that we're looking at, a lot of the data is showing people don't actually watch video podcasts or they'll have it on in the background. So it's how do you create that fun audio format? And like you said, and it is cool too, because if you create a fun universe in like an audio world, it becomes very easy to add audio or video to it to then make it true cinematography and work like that.
So do you watch Instagram Reels?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not judging, but like in the Instagram Reels, there's a lot of posts about like cafes and day in the life of cafes. I feel like there is definitely a connection between what you're talking about when it comes to kind of the true crime, as an example, format, and these shit posts that people are making. And it's all good and fun, but there's a lot of value to those posts because they bring attention, they make people smile. I think that can definitely happen within this context of podcasting as well.
Yeah, no, and it's always to me, my brain gets overwhelmed because I do too many podcasts. Like if I would focus on one, I'd be a different story.
Yeah.
But think of the strategy of your marketing, right? Like you create the podcast, you create your story podcast, but then you convert it directly to what video you're going to do. And you can put the audio over top of a video that matches perfectly to give that same Instagram. Like because marketing and social media and Instagram Reels and that stuff.
Yeah.
You have to think about so differently than podcasts, or if you're creating a podcast that their intent is to be social media and marketing reels like that, how you structure all of that it's a dance, right? Like you can plan for all of that to make it all compounding and help you.
I think personally, my goal for building out the podcast studio was to, have people use it, of course. But one of the ways in which I want to grow as a person is to become a better storyteller, because that can apply in so many different ways. It makes you a better speaker. I keep saying too many times, so
takes practice, yeah.
Yeah. Like those kind of small little details, I think it's all captured in audio and video, and that's a great way to refine.
Yeah, well, and I'm going to do a shameless plug here.
Yeah.
One of our podcasts is called Storytelling in a Small Town. I'm one of the hosts on it, and there's 2 other videographers that do it, and we actually got recognized by Million Podcasts as a top 10 ways to improve your storytelling.
Oh, whoa.
So we finally made it on the top 10 of one of these charts with a million podcasts. So
Wow.
yeah,
That's a major feat.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Good on you.
yeah. So again, it's like I love what you're going and what you're trying to do, and yeah, I would love to help you out and keep going. And there's a lot of resources out there too for it. So
Um, right now where it stands as far as my podcasting journey is basically after a really hard jazz show, like we're standing on our feet all day, and then we got to do this jazz event, and after all the dishes are done, after all of everything is cleaned and the floor is mopped, my mom and I would come in like we're just completely drained. Like you can see it on our faces, but I feel like that's kind of when the truth comes out, and we do it in we speak in Korean because that's what my mom is comfortable with.
Yeah.
But that's kind of a really fun way to actually connect too. It's like I've been really enjoying those moments.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, and that's the way you should do it. And I love that you do it in Korean. There's I've been asked by some of our podcast creators and some other folks. I've been thinking more about how do we bring more different language podcasts into this and just improve that like kind of equity and accessibility to these. So
yeah,
that's a whole different conversation. But no, that's real, and I love that you do that.
For sure. Yeah, Instagram is popular everywhere. So as long as there is a trend and Instagram kind of, or like any of the social platforms kind of can figure out what you do, and it'll put you in the right place as far as viewership is concerned.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your help, as always, friend.
Glad to be here again. I appreciate you and your kind of taking a leap of faith. I know we met quick, and I'm always a lot of ideas and things flowing, but I appreciate your willingness to collaborate and keep these ideas going even after I disappear for months on a time. So I'm trying to do my own little rabbit hole stuff, but I really appreciate you. And
yeah, of course.
I keep telling people to come here because you really can't beat this anywhere else.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Sean.